Welcome to the Florida Peanut Podcast. I'm Noah Walker in studio here where we normally record by myself. However, we have two excellent people here on Zoom with me today. Our fearless leader and executive director of the Florida Peanut Federation, Laura Fowler-Goss, as well as J.C. Gresham from Lafayette State Bank, a partner of the Florida Peanut Federation. How are you guys doing today?
Hey.
Doing great.
Good. Well, it's this time of year, right, Laura? And correct me if I'm wrong. It's March 30th today when we're recording this, which means that peanuts are probably going into the ground or have already gone into the ground.
Soon and very soon. We are wrapping up National Peanut Month, which is just on the cusp of starting planting in the southernmost region down towards Levy County and Marion County.
Nice. Here in the North Florida part. Tell us about National Peanut Month. What did National Peanut Month have?
I feel
going?
Quite certain that people ate more peanuts in March than they did in all the other 11 months combined because of the promotions here at Florida Peanut Federation. I just know it. A lady today called trying to sell me a radio ad, and she said, I learned that peanuts are a legume on your website, and I think that's wonderful. And I was like, listen, lady, nobody actually cares. But yes, they are a legume. They're not in that. So she was quite a salesman, had a lot of fun with that. But through the month, we have had lots of elementary student education programs and some different community service PSAs, especially to build up the awareness of how sustainable peanuts are. And I'll tell you, it's been a fast and furious month because we just held our annual membership meeting and banquet on February 25th. And then before I could even take a nap after the banquet, it was National Peanut Month. So it's been a great start to this year. And with every new year, we have a new group of sponsors come on board to support our programs and activities. And I'd like to highlight that today and give these folks some recognition.
That's right. Well, good. I'm glad I did my part in National Peanut Month. I think I had more peanut butter and jelly sandwiches than I ever have before. So good deal. And on Zoom, also, we have Miss J.C. Gresham of Lafayette State Bank, who's been super about waiting for me to introduce her. Miss J.C., how are you doing today?
Doing excellent. Excited to talk about sponsorship.
Awesome. Well, first, before we talk about sponsorship, tell us a little bit about you and your bank, Lafayette State Bank.
Yeah, so a small town, Little Mayo, has the best bank ever, Lafayette State Bank. We're also in Bell, Brantford, and Live Oak. We do small community banking, and we're going to talk about peanut farmers today, and that's one of the things that keep us thriving. I'm a commercial lender over here. Absolutely love my job, love this area, and small town bank, but we offer everything that big banks do. So it's a great place to work. It's a great place to bank.
You probably go one step further from offering everything that a big bank offers, and that as a small bank, you guys offer that super local touch, which is awesome, which is why that you're here on our Florida Peanut Podcast today. Well, tell us a little bit about your customer base in the bank. And obviously, those are all very rural North Floridian towns that you guys are located in. But tell us a little bit about your customer base.
So we have a little bit of diversity, when it comes to customers, but we do have quite a bit of farmers, and that's where a lot of our stuff is. We are very blessed to be able to make decisions locally. It's something that we strive to do and take pride in, and we just love our farmers and all of we have teachers. We also have, we have tons of different clientele. So
yeah, the full spectrum of that rural community, right? That cross section of a rural community where you have the teachers, you have your small business guys, you have the guys who are working for the big businesses that might be represented in that community. You have your farmers, you have your investors, et cetera, et cetera. So that's awesome. Yeah. Big ups to the small town banks. We love you guys.
I love when I call the Brantford branch and I say, hey, this is Laura. And they say, yes, Miss Goss. And I'm like, yeah, that's really
special. And we answer that phone.
I call 935-6363 and a person answers and says, hello, and I say, hi, it's Laura. And they know who I am. They know my accounts. They know Florida Peanut Federation. And plus, is it once a month y'all celebrate holidays and have snacks in every branch?
So we pick
Noah?
some random holidays and we celebrate in the lobby. There's some days that on Fridays we'll do cookies and stuff. We actually have people that are not even customers come in and talk to us and enjoy treats. I mean, I love a small town.
Will you guys be opening a branch in Lake City? I need some banking snack
if we
time.
get enough interest, we might be able to do that.
I bet. All right. Well, as Lafayette State Bank, you guys are a silver sponsor for the Florida Peanut Federation. How about you and Laura? Tell me and walk me through what it looks like to be a silver sponsor with the Federation.
Yeah, you want me to jump the gun on that one?
Go for it.
So I just want to start off by saying I speak for the bank to say that we're very blessed with this relationship that we have with the Florida Peanut Federation. Being a silver sponsor, we get a lot out of it. And if you're thinking of being a sponsor, I just want you to know it goes a very long way. If you're looking at the monetary value of being a sponsor, if you just take into account for how much advertisement that you're getting, I say these ladies because Laura's at all these events that I seem to go to, but all across the state of Florida, they go to these events. They have these big flyers out there or big banners out there, and it has your logo on it. They're handing out flyers with your logo on it. They also even have it where it's on their website. They send mailers out. I mean, they do so much. So just an advertisement alone, I feel like you get the value of that sponsorship. My personal favorite, though, is the relationships that we build with our peanut farmers. My heart is just so warm seeing you guys out in our community. And like you were talking about earlier, providing education and knowledge to our kids and the families. I mean, they give back to food pantries as well as to our students. They give out peanut butter. So it's so nice to be just a small part of that. And even with the donation we give seems so small with how much they do. I feel like it's well worth it.
Oh, thank you. So
awesome.
there are certainly, we have 9 board of director members, and then we have like an advisory board to the board of directors. And that group is adamant that the people that support us need to be recognized in that fact. We actually, about half of our revenue comes from a tax, basically, that Florida peanut farmers pay in. And that specifically is used for consumer education, marketing and promotion, and peanut research. But then the other half of our budget comes from the supporters every year. And that's incredible that we have gained enough in just a short number of years to be able to really make some significant strides in those priority areas. So thanks for being on the list. I was just working on finalizing a list actually of the companies that have been supporters of Florida Peanut Federation since inception. And it's longer than I thought it was.
That's awesome.
Incredible. Our board takes a lot of pride in specifically reaching out to the people that they do business with. And I think that's really cool. It's not just a mass letter that comes from our office. It's not something that I put their electronic signature on and email out. They literally call their friends that they do business with. And that's the people who come on board year after year. And I think that's pretty special of the group. So Noah, I'll send this if we can somehow put this in the podcast somewhere or something.
Sure.
And it's also on the website, floridapeanutfederation.org. It's on there. Should I read them? There's a lot. I thought it was like 8, but
go through the top tier. Give us the longest standing, biggest supporters you got.
Okay. You gonna count them?
Yes, I got my fingers ready. Do I need my toes too?
She's in banking. She has her fingers ready.
I have my fingers ready.
83 Farms. That's Kelly Philman. Ag Pro. Now, as a corporation, they limit it to one office as the sponsor, and that's Jonah Brock in Chiefland. Amatus, Mr. Ted Williams. BASF, our local amazing, very handsome salesman is Doug Holler. Birdsong Peanuts. Capital City Bank. New name is Central Florida Ag Processors. Used to be North Florida Peanut. Diamond R Fertilizer. Helena Agri Services, Mayo Ag Services, that's Mike Shaw, Nutrient Ag Solutions, Brian Gillum is the representative out of Trenton. Olem Peanut Shelling Company, Mr. Larry with R.L. Cunningham and Sons, Ring Power, Sanchez Farms, Herman, Virginia, Sessions Peanut Company, Swanee River Peanut, that's Mike Adams, Syngenta, Tri-County Irrigation, Mr. James Williams, and Valent USA, John Altman is the local salesperson. How many is that?
19.
That was, yeah, I was 19.
And those people have
19.
been on board every single year.
That's
That's
amazing.
incredible.
Florida Peanut Federation role. And I think that is incredible. And let us not forget, Lafayette State Bank makes 20. Yay!
That's right. Hey, so let's walk through. So JC told us that as sponsors, they've gotten good exposure and brand recognition in all these events. They've been able to build
Yes.
great relationships, not only with farmers, but with each other and with the communities that the Federation touches. And they've been able to build relationships with other organizations like the schools whenever they
Yep.
do whenever you guys do peanut drives and give the opportunity to get out and do that stuff too. Those are all really great benefits for the sponsors. However, Laura, tell us how the Federation has benefited from having all of these people partner and be such great partners over the years. What have they allowed you to do?
Sure. Well, like I say, they make up almost half of our annual budget. So,
Mhm.
so that's huge. And that touches every program, promotion, and activity that we do. But I think having this list of such high quality companies on board really gives us some extra rapport, that we may not have. If somebody says that a Modus is on their list, they're like, yeah, every peanut harvester that we see when we drive through the countryside in the fall is blue. That's an Modus machine. So I think that type of respect that's just built from having this group on board, supporting our mission, our goals, our values. I think that's really, really cool. There are some partnerships that we also do with the sponsors that really helps. Those holidays I was almost not really making fun of. So they help us celebrate National Peanut Day. We
love those days, and the
Yes.
recipe cards are my kids' favorites. Yes.
So it's not like something special that we come in there necessarily, but what a cool little token. Here's your deposit receipt, your pack of peanuts, and your recipe on September 13th. Like that's really nice. And a lot of our sponsors do those same sort of things, whether they have a box in their office or they show up an event that's in their community and help us pass out those things. A lot of opportunities for partnership, when the sponsor has time to make that work. So we're real thankful for that.
That's awesome. So they allow you to do a lot of things at the organization level. They give you good credibility. I would like to touch on down to the very human level of what they allow you to do, Laura, because this year alone, I was able to see the Federation feed the hungry, feed hungry children. Make sure that children aren't going hungry from school back to their house. I was able to see the Federation teach young women about the benefits of peanuts in fighting breast cancer and early consumption, fighting breast cancer and stuff like that. There's a very human element to what these sponsors are allowing the Federation to do in partnership with these sponsors. So the benefits are far reaching beyond just the business benefits and the programmatic benefits that they allow you to do. They touch individual lives. So as a marketing person, whenever I see a business putting their dollars into this kind of marketing or this kind of benefit, it's the benefits that come out of it, right, are they triple or quadruple, because as they cascade down, they allow the Federation to exist, they allow the Federation to do, and then they start touching people at a very human level, which allow those people to then go and exist and do great things as well. So there's a lot of cascading benefits that come down from these sponsorships. And I think it's really important to recognize that, because what took me back was the pink event that you did and all the little girls that were there, and they had a great time. but the idea that they were there learning about the benefits of peanuts and protecting them from a widespread disease is incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
It's
really
incredible.
cool. I'll tell you, that I had a group here in the conference room, and there was probably 7 or 8 different sponsors sitting around the table. And I said to them, last year, we donated about 35,000 jars of peanut butter. And they said, well, how much of it stays local? And the answer is about 90%. So we did send 3,000 jars to Ukraine. We've sent some to Puerto Rico when they've had some natural disasters. We sent some just recently to the tornado victims in the Mississippi area. We've done that when it was in Alabama not all that long ago. And that's really, really cool. But what they said was, if we can keep a kid from being hungry right here, let's do that. And it's just so heartwarming that they said, if you need more money, let us know. So we get to buy the peanut butter, for example, at the cost of making it. And it's this sponsor role that provides that money, and it's really something they feel so strongly about. And me too, me too. But it's really cool to see. When you said human element, that I immediately thought of that meeting, and they said, set the goal at 30,000 jars for this year. But if that's not enough, let us know. If there are people calling you and we don't have any to give them for the local food banks, for the backpack programs, let us know. And I just think that really shows the heart of the group that I work for. And that's incredible.
The widows and feed the children. It's
Right.
it's the noblest. It's the noblest of endeavors. So thank you, JC, and your company for being one of those sponsoring entities.
Thank you.
I think that takes us full loop, guys, because it walks us through one of our sponsors, what they were able to get out of it, what that allows the Florida Peanut Federation to do, and then maybe some of those effects that are those trickle down effects from your sponsorship. So again, I appreciate all of you. Appreciate what the Federation does for people and what they're enabled to do, and their enablers in our sponsors. So JC, thank you for coming on today and tell us again, the small banks are an important fabric in our society. So we appreciate them very much. It's that local touch, those local decisions with money that help small businesses stay in business, help farmers plant their fields, and really help kids in the community grow up and appreciate their community. So thank you so much. We appreciate having you on.
Let me ask you one other thing, JC, before you go. So there's this list of sponsor benefits, that I sent everybody, but maybe it feels too cumbersome to take advantage of some of those things. What are some suggestions from your perspective that you would say, either I need to change, do help, or amend, or the sponsors that you would really encourage them, to take advantage of, or to
I don't think it's a bad idea to invite us out on some of the events that you do when it comes to teaching to the schools and stuff. I don't think that's a bad idea, just to kind of see and get a little bit more involved, because again, we sponsor y'all, but at the same time we want to go out and help with y'all and help with the organization. I'm hands-on, so invite me.
Okay, it's April 28th there at Lafayette County Farm Bureau. It's the Ag Ventures that Miss Brenda Gale runs.
Yes.
And a really cool true or false game we play with the kids. So I'll see you there about 8:30 that morning.
Sounds good. Send me an invite, because my brain doesn't work.
Laura's going to put you to work.
Thank you very much.
Laura's going to put you to work.
Please do. Somebody needs to.
Good. Well, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being with us today. We hope that everybody got a little bit out of this podcast, and thank you for joining us for the Florida Peanut Podcast, where I've been in studio here at All Things Visual Marketing in Lake City, joined via Zoom by Miss JC Gresham of Lafayette State Bank, as well as our fearless leader and executive director of the Florida Peanut Federation, Miss Laura Fowler Goss. Thanks, everybody, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.